The clock was ticking on a violent countdown, though neither man knew it. A visceral hatred had erupted between El Negro Pabón and Piña, an animosity destined to ignite the cruelest and most prolonged war between the emerging cocaine cartels. And the catalyst for all of it, a woman. That night in 1987, pure instinct saved El Negro Pabón's life. He was leaving a stadium, reaching for the door of his sports Mercedes, when he sensed a vehicle stop behind him and heard a killer release the safety on his weapon. Reacting instantly, Pabón spun on his heels, crouched, drew his own gun, and opened fire without aiming. He heard several bullets whistle past his ears, followed by the dry slam of a car door and the screech of tires as the vehicle sped away. Convinced that the men sent to kill him were inexperienced amateurs, he calmly holstered his gun, got into his Mercedes, and drove to an old friend's apartment. His only immediate desire was to place a call to New York. He needed to warn Piña that his hitman had just failed and that El Negro Pabón was very much alive. Born in Medellín and the third of several brothers, most of them linked to organized crime, El Negro Pabón started his criminal career in the city's La Paz neighborhood, alongside figures who would become infamous like Pablo and Gustavo Gaviria. Bank robberies, car theft, armed motorcycle holdups, cigarette smuggling, and activities related to the drug trade were their shared upbringing and common heritage. However, unlike Pablo, El Negro Pabón never managed to evade the agents of the Drugs Enforcement Administration, DEA. Once he was in the United States, before the end of the 1970s, he found himself serving a narcotic sentence. Fate would have it that his prison companion was another paisa, a man from Medellin's Antioquia neighborhood known as Piña. Piña, destined to become a definitive agent in the nascent drug trafficking structure planned by various smugglers in the valley, gained his freedom before El Negro Pabón. Without a second thought, the still incarcerated Pabón decided to send messages to his wife through the newly released ex-convict. It was through these messages, however, that El Negro Pabón's wife ended up spending many nights over several weeks in Piña's arms, locked in a frantic, passionate affair. From that moment, a visceral hatred was born between the two men. After his own release from prison, El Negro Pabón had hunted Piña across the United States, but several weeks of fruitless searching and the certainty of being followed by DEA agents eventually convinced him the idea was strategically unsound. Unwilling to simply let the matter drop, Pabón returned to Colombia and obtained precise information on Piña's whereabouts in the US. Knowing that Piña would always have time to slip away before he could get there, El Negro Pabón decided one morning to call him and challenge him to a fight to the death on neutral ground, suggesting Argentina or any other South American country. The assassination attempt he had just survived that 1987 night was Piña's answer, a deadly confirmation that their dispute over the New York drug market and the betrayal involving Pabón's wife was about to escalate into a prolonged cartel war. Tap follow / subscribe now. We're breaking down the biggest stories and you need to be here for the next piece of the puzzle. Join the conversation and stay informed.